we have control terminology document, right? So in the control terminology document, we won't have control terminology for all the variables specified in the DM domain. Like here, if you see, we don't have control terms for your study ID. Like whatever the value you want, you can write in the study ID. But coming to the domain, you should not write domain name as like complete name like demographics, or you cannot write DM in the small letters, like whatever they mention. Like here, DM is caps, right? You should mention only the DM in the capital letters. That is about the control terminology. In the control terminology, let me show you the control terminology also. It is opening. So control terminology is like whatever the values they specify, only those values need to be mentioned, right? That we have discussed yesterday. So let me show you the SDTM terminology. Yes, it has opened. Let me show you. So this is the control terminology document. So if you type DM or domain, so if you click on the domain, are you able to see the domain, SDTM domain abbreviation? Or else you are seeing something? Let me know.
Yeah, we are seeing.
Okay. So here you can see AD, AE, AG, and if you type CM, which is concatenated medication, let us check for DM. See here we have DM. Like all the DMs are in the. So what is this value? You should submit the value, whatever the domain you are creating. It should be like CDISC submission value, whatever the under the CDISC submission value, you should submit like this only. In the all the values should be caps, and there it must be only 2 letters for your domain name. And synonym definition and NCA preferred term. These all you don't need, but how should you submit your value is specified here. Like I said, I said DM, right? Okay, let me click again. Domain. So here you need to click. Like here you can see CDISC definition, a unique 2-character domain code used in the regulatory submission. So this is what they say. Like if you click on the domain, so those domain you are searching for will be applied. So for the demographics, how should you submit your domain name? Like DM. And instead of domain, let me show you for your sex variable also. So I'm entering sex and let me write a sex. Now let me search. See here I have sex. Are you able to see this sex? So if you click on the sex, this opening. See, are you able to see the sex variable?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here we should submit like either F, like here, whatever the under CDISC submission value. Like either you should submit F or you need to submit M. You should submit like U or undifferentiated. Other than these four, you should not submit anything. Like if you submit like a female complete name, you should not do like this. Like either F, M, U. So that is what control terminology says. If you see the spec again, you have control terminology for your sex variable. Like, let me show you the sex variable. See here, you have the control terminology. See here, sex, you have control terminology like sex. And you have control terminology for age U. And you don't have control terminology for your age. Like whatever you want, you can mention in the age variable. And you have control terminology for your race variable again. And you don't have again for these. See, again, you have control terminology for RFSDTC like ISO 8601. So if you know the SAS, you know what is ISO 8601. Can anyone tell what is ISO 8601 format? We have discussed in the SAS classes. So can anyone?
I think it is a date and time combination.
Yeah. So yes, whatever you said is right. It is a
EMM